Hello, and this is Rohan, and for my birthday special for this year, I decided I was thinking about long and hard, but then I remembered that in Fire Engage, I actually share a birthday with one of the units, that being Bunet. So I want to do some Fire Engage, and then I saw someone make a tier list for their characters, so I'm like, alright, let me do my own. So this will have some spoily characters, mainly like some late game units, so I probably wouldn't watch if you don't want to know who those units are. So, yep, that's really all you need to know. I'll also be talking about the DLC as well, so if you don't want to be spoiled on that, you probably don't want to watch this video either. So anyway, without further ado, let's look at my tier list. So I've actually adjusted a little bit. So yeah, now the categories have a description in them, so let's go with what they mean. So we'll start off at the bottom. Details for the units I don't like. To be honest, I don't really hate any units in this game, to be honest, so I didn't feel right having a section for that. So these are just units I'm like, not the biggest fan of, let's just say. I feel like they're either not that good to use, or I didn't really jive with their character, so... And yeah, I can't really see much redeeming qualities out of them. Then the CETAs for units I'm okay with. These units, I generally like their character, but not like a huge amount, or I find their unit performance just okay. They're just like mid. It's like the middle section of the tier list, I guess you could say. B is for the units I like. So, units I do quite enjoy, but not as much as the ones above, obviously. Either I find some of their character pretty interesting, or I have some fun using them. Then we have I love these units. These are definitely some of... this is a unit that really impressed me, basically, in terms of either character or unit performance, but not as much as my favorites. And then yeah, S is for the units that exceeded my expectations and became units I absolutely adored. So yeah. That's what all the tiers mean, so let's get started. We're going in recruitment order, kind of, so yeah, let's do it. Starting off with Alea, or Setsuko in my case, because that's what she was called when I played my first two playthroughs. So Alea, I actually quite like Alea. Very fun unit to use, with a very good personal class. I mean, it's not the most amazing personal class, but the dragon bonuses are really fun. And yeah, as a character, not too bad, to be honest. They're definitely one of the better lead characters you have seen in a long time, so yeah. I definitely quite like them though. And as a protag, so yeah, I say that they deserve to be in the... I say they deserve to be in the A. Because yeah, I do really like it. I wouldn't say they're one of my favorites though, even though I do actually quite like the design, because yeah, it's really grown on me, like I said in my other Fire Engage videos. So yeah, I really like Alea. Then there's Vanda. Vanda's the next unit. He is a Jagan through and through, and I actually quite like him for that. He definitely performs like an FU1, not FU1, Jagan in like Shadow Dragon, or like FE6 Marcus. He's definitely not as good as that Jagan, FE6 Marcus, because he doesn't last as long, I feel like. But yeah, you can definitely make him work. And yeah, it was fun to see like my brother try to do everything he can to make this guy good. It's pretty hilarious to watch, and yeah, when he does become good, it's really entertaining to watch. Because of course, he does suffer from gaining experience extremely slowly, and also not having the best growth rates. But yeah. Like I said though, if you like my brother and you really like him, you'll find a way to make him work. So, I'll probably put him in the, probably the B tier, I think. Yeah, I think I'll put him in the B tier, but I feel like he's gonna be at the bottom of B tier, basically, so yeah. Like I said, cool unit. I haven't used him myself personally long term, but I have used him a good amount short term. He's really good to use. Then we got Clan. Clan isn't like well liked because his character is very basic. there isn't much to his character, to be honest, but I used him in my first playthrough and he was very fun to use. He's a very fast mage, and he's built for Mage Knight, which I think is probably the cooler mage class in Engage, because of Chaos style, so I really appreciate that from Clan. He isn't perfect for that class because he doesn't have like a sword proficiency or a lance proficiency or anything like that. So he's basically stuck with B rank, I'm pretty sure, in the other weapon type. It should be swords though because of 11 swords. That's why you want to use as a Mage Knight. But yeah, he's not the strongest Mage Knight because of someone like Pendrio, but still really, really decent. and yeah, I don't hate his character, I just find it very basic, so, and it isn't the most memorable in the world, so, to be honest, I feel like he's gonna go here for the time being, but I feel like he could go up a tier depending on how things go. Because yeah, I did enjoy using him a lot, so he probably should go in the B tier, maybe near the bottom with Vanda, but we'll see how this tier list plays out, and then we'll decide. Fram. I used Fram in my first playthrough. She was alright, but I didn't really make most use out of her class, the Martial Master. That's definitely the one she seems designed around. Her character is something alright. She's crazy. But then again, that goes for a lot of this class. I will admit though, it is memorable and enjoyable though, so in its own way. I'm not saying I really like it or anything, but yeah, it's something alright. I'll probably put it around where Vanda is, to be honest. Like, I like her, but not like... I won't say I love her, basically, so... But the question is, will she go above or below Vanda? I say I'm gonna put her below Vanda, because I feel like Vanda's just a cooler character, so yeah. That's what I'm gonna go with. Next up is 6-phase speed. 6-phase speed is, not a fun unit to use because of 6-phase speed. Okay, I'm gonna stop this joke. So, Alfred. Yeah, he's like the butt of a lot of jokes between me and my brother. Because, well, yeah, 6-phase speed. But, to be honest though, if you look past that, he's not even that bad, to be honest. He's actually kind of decent in mapping mode because, even though he gets doubled, he doesn't take that much damage because he does have good defense. And because his defense isn't overkill like Louis, he actually gets targeted by enemies, so yeah. And he can actually deal with like the enemies that he gets doubled by because yeah, while he does get doubled, it's only by like already fast enemies. The enemies that are naturally like on the slower end, he won't get doubled by, so he'll be able to tank quite well. But yeah, it's just that yeah, when using him, it does feel a little... it can be a very frustrating at points just because, yeah, you can't really double and kill things super reliably, so, unless you give him Lin and stuff, so, character-wise though, he is definitely pretty good. He has some good supports on his build, so, yeah, I definitely say he's okay. He definitely feels like an okay, you know? So he's gonna go there, he's definitely staying there, but we'll see what happens with Clan in a bit. Because yeah, Clan could definitely move over to. But like I said, yeah, it was some interesting use to say the least. But yeah, I have seen some interesting ideas for him to be used. He's not bad in the early game, because of course, like I said, he can tank enemies on Maddening mode because he has a decent defense. But he won't get ignored, and then later on he could be used as kind of a support with Lucina Bonnet Shield, but I don't really like Horse Bonnet Shield as much as the flying one, which we'll talk about later. But anyway, Boucheron. So Boucheron is kind of there as well. Again, I feel like I'm okay with him too. He's not a bad unit. I think he did turn out pretty good when my brother used him a couple of times. I think once. Maybe on Maddening mode, I think it was. Like, he was okay. I think it was hard on Maddening mode. But yeah, I remember him just being alright. And character-wise, he's actually pretty normal, which is funny because of this cast. Which does stand out quite nicely, actually. Against all these freaks of nature, I guess you could say. So yeah, I'd definitely say he goes in the C tier, but I'm wondering if he goes above or below Alfred. I'd probably say below Alfred, just because I think Alfred is the cooler character, because of his support. Etier. So Etier has a lot of strength, and she can actually make very good use of it. The high strength makes her an interesting choice with like an emblem that gives speed, especially Lin. Lin is basically good on anyone, but a unit with high strength can really make good use of that. And Etier is definitely a good example. And yeah, the bow push is pretty cool. She can go warrior, get lots of strength, and get B-rank bows. So yeah, my brother did that in his second playthrough, and it was amazing to watch. She had tons of strength, and yeah, watching her do so much damage was just so much fun. I used her as a sniper personally, just because I wanted to make use of her, I want to make use of Byleth on her, weirdly enough. That was why I did my first favorite, because she was kind of a fodder unit, or filler unit I should be saying. So I just had to use Glowstones a couple of times, but yeah. How my brother used it though was way more fun, so I definitely want to do that one day. So yeah, I definitely say she's a like. Character-wise, she's definitely a bit strange. She talks about muscles a lot, let's just say, so... But you know what, she does have some pretty entertaining supports, and she's a fine character otherwise. So you know what, I'm gonna put her in the B, above Vanguard. So, she might be on the higher end of B by the end of this. Alright, Celine. I actually like Celine quite a lot as a unit. Her character is very basic though, outside of some good supports. Like with Allcrest, and then the final Alfred support. Other than that though, lots of T. So I hope you like T because she's going to be talking about a lot, so yeah. But as a unit, she's actually quite fun. Her personal class opens up a lot of interesting avenues. Mainly just using the 11th sword and doing some funny things with it. Like, outside of that though, there's also some engage attacks she can make good use of. Mars Low Star Rush, the blade can do a decent amount of damage at her, so she procs Ignis. And then Override with Sigurd's pretty fun too, with the 11th sword. So yeah, she's definitely quite interesting because of her access to 11 swords and mystical. So yeah, I really like her because of that. So I say she's definitely a like. So we're gonna put her in the B, I think just above it too, just because I feel like she's a bit more unique. Because of the 11th sword niche, so yeah. Louis. He's definitely going in this too, I'm pretty sure, because he's also kind of a butt of a lot of jokes, but this time it's still his character because it's very weird. He watches people, and in Japanese version, it's specifically women, so yeah. So yeah, he's kind of strange because of that, and then as a unit, I feel like I did enjoy using him. I used him in the early game of my third playthrough, and he was pretty cool because the free silver lance you get, he's like one of the best uses of it, because it doesn't care about getting weighed down by it. But yeah, the thing about him is that I feel like people really overhype how good he is. He's like good in the early game, but then he falls off because he can't kill anything because he can't double, so... And then General is not great on him unless you give him Hector, in my opinion. And the reason why is General only has a 1 defense point advantage over Great Knight, but Great Knight has 2 movement advantage, so I feel like Great Knight's just better suited. Because if you're not taking damage anyway, and it's a very small defense, difference, because if you're not taking any damage, you're not getting broken anyway, so there isn't much point in General's Unbreakable. So yeah, that's why I kind of prefer Great Knight on him, and probably how I would use him if I use him long term. But yeah, although I do like the Son of Hector with Generals, because especially with one with an S rank, because you can use Brunak, which is really fun, so yeah. So yeah, definitely Louis going the OK tier, but I'll probably put him here just because, yeah, again, his character is very odd. Very odd. And yeah, above Matrix. Anyway, let's add another unit to the A tier, Chloe. Not an S though. Initially, when I played the game, like really early on, she probably would have been S. It's just that her character's kind of strange to me, I guess. It's not bad. There are definitely some good moments, but the obsession with the Pope food is kind of odd, to say the least. So yeah, definitely not one of my favorite Pegasus Knights in terms of, well, character-wise, but as a unit, she's definitely, very good. One of the best units in Maddening mode. You can snowball her with Morph in the early game, and then yeah, she becomes an amazing fly thrower. Or you could be like my brother in his first Maniple playthrough, and near the end of the game, make her a Martial Master so she can kill bosses and break through those annoying channels. So yeah, she's a really flexible unit because of that. She can even go magic classes too. She's pretty good as a Mage Knight as well. So yeah, just a really entertaining unit to watch. So yeah, I definitely think she deserves to be in the top 8. But yeah, she's definitely not one of my favorites though. Then we got Yunaka. So I wouldn't have made that April Fool's video if I didn't like Yunaka. So yeah, I definitely like her somewhat. Probably some of the best voice acting in the game. Because yeah, of course. She's voiced by the same person who did Yoshi's Persona 5. So yeah, pretty amazing stuff. And yeah, fun character with tons of really fun supports, but also a decent serious side to her as well. With her past. So yeah. Yeah, as a unit, well, she's a fog machine unit, as my brother likes to dub it. Basically, it's a covert unit that uses Corrin with the fog. And yeah, she can do that. She's well suited for that because of her personal skills, so yeah, she'll do fine in that role. It's just that, yeah, I feel like she's a little overhyped in terms of her unit performance, because I feel like the fog machine thing is the only thing she's got, whereas Zilkov can do other things other than the fog machine strats. So yeah, I definitely don't like her as much. I definitely don't like her as much as Zilkov. So I'm probably gonna put her at the bottom of 8. I'm pretty sure. So let's scroll up a little bit. All right. So next up is John. John is a fun unit because he's an interesting low base stat growth unit, because his skill actually doubles the class's growth rates. So that means he's actually pretty well suited in whatever class he gets reclassed into, which is really cool. So, and yeah, although yeah, personally I haven't actually used him yet, which is kind of odd, but yeah, he definitely seems like a very fun unit, and I've seen a lot of fun builds with him, so yeah. I definitely want to use him at some point one day, and his character, it's alright. It's pretty basic from what I remember, so yeah. He just wants to become a good doctor. So, where would I put him then? Because he seems like a very fun unit to use. My brother did use him as a berserker, and that was kind of fun to watch, so yeah. I'm gonna put him in the bottom of B tier, I think. He might join Clan at the bottom of B tier, I think. But yeah, again, I'll figure out where Clan's gonna go once we get this tier list on the way, so yeah. And next up is Anna. Anna's probably a unit I'm just okay with. Because again, she's also like a low base stack growth unit, but she wants to be reclassed into a magic class because she has a good magic growth. And axes don't really do much for her as like for magical unit, because you only have Hurricane Axe, which isn't even 1-2 range. So yeah, although it is definitely has its uses. But yeah, again, it's not like the most useful thing in the world, so yeah. She can be fun though. Mage Knight or Sage, I've definitely seen her being used in those, thanks to my brother, so yeah. She's not bad, but I feel like she's only like okay as a unit, because she requires lots of investment to become like really good. But yeah, she does seem at least kind of fun, so yeah, I'm probably gonna put her in the C tier as well, around where Louis is. I think I like her a little bit more than Louis. Her supports are alright as well. Nothing like too amazing or anything like that, so yeah. So yeah, that's how I feel about Anna. Again, she's like alright in mine. They got Ulcrest. Ulcrest is interesting. Yeah, his character's quite the train wreck, alright? Because yeah, self-deprecation is the name of the game, and also it kind of fits his crew too, because everyone is very unsure of themselves and not self-confident, so yeah. And yeah, Ulcrest definitely fits the build as the leader of the squad because of that, so yeah. So where do I put him? Because he's actually really fun. He's probably one of the most fun covert units. And yeah, I definitely make good use of that with Lyn. Because yeah, Asher Storm basically covers the whole map, which is really fun. And Luna's a great skill too. It works quite well with Ashton as well, so yeah. Although yeah, I don't think Lyn is his best choice just because Lyn is probably better with someone else. But of course, everyone's good with Lyn, so yeah. But yeah, outside that though, yeah, Luna's great. He can proc a lot. Although yeah, he doesn't always have to go into his personal class. My brother said that he might do well as a Wyvern. He used Diamond as a Wyvern in his last Madima playthrough, and I think he said that, or Chris could have done the job too, so yeah. He definitely seems like a fine unit. Do I love him though? I don't think I love him, but I definitely like him a lot. He's a fun unit in with a pretty good personal class, so yeah, I'm probably gonna put him in the top of B tier. But questions, better than these three? Is he better than these three? I say actually yes. Because, again, he's actually really decent as a unit. And also, I don't mind the supports too. They're pretty entertaining. And, yeah. If he... I don't know. There's just something very interesting with the supports. He has a lot of good moments in supports, which is why I feel like he beats out Celine just. But anyway, my favorite unit of the game. I don't need to say much about Lapis, because although I haven't actually talked about why I like her so much, to be honest. So yeah, let's try and go with it. So first off, as a unit, I don't think she's that good, which yeah, it begs the question why she's all the way up there. But she was very strong on my end because yeah, I made sure she could get very strong. I've used her in all my playthroughs so far. First as a Sword Master, then as a hero, and as a Wyvern. All the time she has been pretty decent. Because yeah, I did invest into her as much as I could, and yeah, she turns out pretty fun in the end. But I think what makes me really like her is of course her design, which is really good, and also her support. She probably has the best supports in the game, making her my favorite character. So yeah, that's probably why she deserves to be an S. Like pretty much all of her supports hit a home run for me, so yeah, I really like her as a result. So my favorite support with her, by the way, if you're curious, is the one with Rosado. So yeah, I'll be talking about that in the future, I guess. So yeah, I love Lapis so much. Definitely my favorite unit in Fire Engage. So yeah. Then we got Citrine, who's also quite amazing. Amazing unit, because she focuses all in on magic, and there are definitely some good builds to do that with. Mainly as a Sage. It does seem that as a Mage Knight she isn't as good. Because yeah, she definitely dumps her speed a bit, so that means that yeah, you wanna just give her as much magic as possible. Very fun unit, and her character's great too, so yeah, she definitely deserves to be in the A tier somewhere, but I'm not so sure where, to be honest. I think she's around where Lear would be, so yeah, I really like Citrine. I really want to use her at some point because again, she seems really fun. Then we got Diamond. I haven't used Diamond, but my brother has, and he's really good. Its personal class does have its issues, like the really strangely looked decks, but other than that, it's a really decent class. With some good weapon ranks. And yeah, Diamond definitely has the stats to make it work outside the poor decks, because yeah, his strength, his speed, and his build are all really good, and he's even quite bulky as well. So yeah, definitely a very fun unit to use. And yeah, I definitely say he deserves to go into the like tier, the B tier. So I say he definitely deserves to go here. But do I like him more than these? Is the question. I feel like no, just because I feel like while this character's good, it doesn't stand out to me as much as the other overalls. Although, then again, I did say I liked them in the story, so you know what, that bumps him up a little bit, so I'm gonna put him here. As again, he's one of the best of the main characters in the plot, so I think that's why he deserves to go up a few tiers, up the ladder on the B tier. Because yeah, he's part of the best arc in the series, or best arc in the game. The one around chapter 10. Olcris is dead too, and he does a pretty good job as well. So yeah, I say these two, the brothers, yeah, they definitely are a bit inseparable. I say I like them quite a lot together, so yeah. Then we've got Amber. Most people don't like Amber, but I actually like Amber because he's a fun unit to use. His character's definitely weird. The alpaca man is gonna alpaca gun if you say anything bad about the alpacas, but yeah. Yeah, he's alright. Like, yeah, he's actually quite fun to use. He was pretty strong on my end, so yeah, definitely enjoyed using him. That's a dang shot. And again, his character is alright in my regards, so he probably deserves to be in the B tier just because I like using him. I'll probably put him around, because he was fun to use, I'm gonna put him just above Phantom, I think. So yeah, that's how I feel about Amber for the time being. Then we got Jade. I haven't used her, my brother hasn't used her, so I basically know next to nothing about her. She seems alright though, she does have a funny Rosado support, that's the main thing I remember about her. But other than that, she just feels like a lesser Louis in terms of unit performance, so yeah, that's definitely gonna dock her. So I'm gonna say C for the time being. She might even fall down to D depending on how things go, so yeah. So yeah. Like I said, I don't know much about her. Which yeah, that definitely hurts her a bit. Because again, she doesn't seem that appealing to use. But yeah, her character doesn't seem bad, just a little bit. Like the result support's great, but other than that, I don't really hear much praise about her, so yeah. That's why she goes there. Then we got the Ivy crew. The Ivy crew is amazing. Like, all of them deserve to either be an S or A in my opinion, so yeah. I think what's gonna happen is Ivy is gonna go in the S tier. Because her unit performance is absolutely amazing. And yeah, to be honest, I actually like her character too. Like yeah, she panders to the main character there. She has a good reason to though, and also again, she's just really well handled in that role. Much better than someone like Fudge and Camille, because she feels like her own character outside of worshipping the Divine Dragon. So yeah. And then of course as a unit, she's absolutely amazing. And yeah, what probably propels her to S rank in my opinion is what she did in my brother's Mandate playthrough. She was the star of the flying bondage shield strat because of just how strong she was, and also yeah, giving her speed taker too is amazing. She's probably one of the most funniest to use in the game, so yeah, she definitely deserves her place in S because of that. But it's probably gonna be at the bottom S because while I do really adore Ivy, it's mainly because of not myself, to be honest. So yeah. But yeah, I definitely think she deserves to be an Esther because yeah, she just seems like one of the most fun units to use. And also her character's pretty great too. The supports are definitely great. And yeah, I just love seeing her smile and stuff, talking about the things she likes and stuff, so yeah. Then we got Kagetsu. He's one of the strongest units in the game, if not the strongest unit. Amazing base stats, amazing growth rates. The only thing he's held back by is his class, funny enough, but because of reclassing, that's not an issue. Just stick on the Wyvern and watch him go. That's basically how he's turned out in a lot of my brother's playthroughs, and yeah, he's amazing. So he definitely deserves to be in the A tier because of that. It's just really fun to see a unit like this just dominate the battlefield, even though I haven't used them myself. But he has great supports too. They're really fun. He just seems like a really just nice, chill dude to hang out with, so yeah. And a very friendly dude as well. He just wants to have a lot of friends, so yeah. He definitely deserves to go in the A tier. I'm gonna say I'm gonna actually put him above, I'm gonna put him above, Citrine, I think. So yeah. Because again, he's amazing. Like, yeah, as a unit, and also his character's really fun too, so yeah. I definitely can't fault him for that. So next up then we have Zilkov. Zilkov, yeah, he's like, in my opinion, I think he's just a better Yunaka in terms of the Fog Machine role. I mean, but the thing is, he doesn't just have to do that because his good base stats mean he can also be reclassed into other classes. It's just that you need to wait a few levels because he needs to get to level 21. But yeah, it's definitely very fun to see him reclass because he can do some pretty fun things with his good base stats. So yeah. And his character, he has some amazing supports too. Like Lapis, pretty much all of them are hit a home run. So yeah. His character is definitely strange. He talks in a very interesting way. that I'm not gonna try and mimic because yeah, that'll be difficult. But yeah, he definitely deserves to go into the A tier somewhere. And I think I'll put him above Kagetsu just because his character's so much fun and he has amazing support. So yeah, he definitely deserves to be high up. Then we got Fogado. From what I've heard, he has good supports, but I haven't seen too many of them, and I haven't used them as a unit, but he seems okay. He can definitely work quite well because of his good speed, so then you just pump up his strength and you'll do a decent job. And you can also use the Radiant Bow well too, to get past those annoying armored units, so yeah. I say I like him because he is also basically a Bow Knight, so that's a class I really adore, so yeah, he definitely goes into the B tier, I say. Just because, yeah, I do see some potential in his character and stuff, but I just need to read more of his support, so maybe just use him finally, so yeah. I definitely want to do that in my next playthrough, so yeah. Then we got the star of the show, kind of, because it's his birthday today, Bunet. So, yeah, he's not a good unit. He's one of the worst units in the game, in fact. And his character is completely unhinged, and yeah. But you know what? I can't hate this dude. So he has to go like around. You know what? He probably goes around here. In fact, he probably goes there. Funny enough, though, him being so unhinged actually kind of fits his voice actor because he also voices Bakut, and Bakut is the definition of unhinged in Echoes. So yeah. But yeah, he's not good. His base class doesn't help him. His growth rates don't either. His base stats really don't help him. You can make him a Wyvern, but there's a million better options. But yeah, when I did use him finally in my last playthrough, yeah, he wasn't amazing, but he was fun to see in action. Because yeah, he did get a lot of defense because I went the Tiki route with him. Because, you know, I really needed to help him out. But yeah, he was fun to use because of that. In the end, even though, yeah, he definitely has trouble killing things, so yeah, because he can't double. Probably a similar problem that Louis has. But like I said, even though his character's completely unhinged, it's very entertaining though. Just seeing him say all these random stuff about food. And yeah, I can't hate the dude because he also shares a birthday with me. And yeah, I can't really say much mean things about him because of that, so yeah. I think he deserves to be in the B tier, only because this is my tier list. He'd be much lower as anyone else's, so yeah. And yeah, definitely want to give him another go, maybe in a better class, because I did stick to Great Knight last time. But I don't think it's well suited for his strengths. Well, I mean, he has good defense, sure, but I feel like something like Wyvern will do much better for him, so yeah. Then we got this amazing unit, Pandreo. Oh my god, is this guy so good. He definitely goes to the A tier just because of his unit performance, but outside of that though, his character's amazing too. So, yeah, I love this dude. He's so good. So good. As a unit. And then yeah, I like this character too. He has amazing supports. So yeah. Pretty much all of his supports are pretty decent. Some funny ones, some pretty serious ones. He's a pretty all-round good package. I think the only reason why he's not an S tier though is I haven't used him yet. And yeah. But from what I've seen though, he's absolutely amazing. So yeah, I love this dude so much. He definitely deserves to be in the A tier. Tamara, I used her on my last favorite with Hector, and she was really fun to use as a result. It's definitely an emblem that suits what the devs are trying to do with Ike. So yeah. Character-wise, she doesn't do much in the main story, but her supports are great. So yeah, I say she feels around her brother. So I'm gonna put her around the low B tier because yeah, she was enjoyable to use and the character's alright. But yeah, again, I kinda wish that she was a little bit better. Even though yeah, she's definitely fun to use. But yeah, I do wonder if I should like maybe put her above Charm. Because the character's actually pretty decent, I'll put her hit. Because again, her character's pretty decent, so yeah. That's why I think, yeah, she deserves to be 10. Yeah, her class is fun, if a little bit underpowered. Because again, she does suffer from low build, but Hector can take advantage of that, which is really fun, so yeah. Again, fun unit. Can't really say much else on that. Like, yeah, I got to see her supports finally, and yeah, like I said, not bad. So yeah, I definitely think she deserves to be somewhere around B. Then we got another S tier unit, Bunet. So Bunet is probably the most fun unit to use in my opinion. She's of course the Berserker. She's slower than most of my favorite Berserkers, like Dart, for example. But that doesn't matter too much to me because she hits so freaking hard, and her personal skill combos well with Ike and Wrath. So yeah, of course, giving out Ike is just such a great option, but she can also do other things too, if you really want. Definitely gonna be using her next playthrough in Esther Pointer. I think she definitely deserves it finally, because I've been kinda neglecting that, so yeah. But yeah, I love using her. Character's great too. She has some pretty fun supports as well. I definitely don't think she has as many good supports as Lapis. Basically all Lapis sorts are good. And then Bunet, like not all of the supports I like love so much, but most of them are really great though. And yeah, like I said, she's the Berserker of the game. I'm called Berserker Rohan obviously, so yeah. She definitely fits my Berserker mindset, I guess you could say. So yeah, she definitely deserves to be in the S tier because of that. She is the unit I was most excited for the game's release once I learned she was a Berserker, and yeah, she didn't disappoint. Merrin. Merrin's actually really good as a unit too. She's very similar to Kagetsu in terms of power level. She also shows off the cool Wolf Knight class. And yeah, she's definitely a very good user of it. So yeah, I definitely say she deserves to go in the A tier, and the supports are alright as well. Definitely some interesting moments here and there. So yeah, I definitely say she'll go here. She's also a fun unit to use as well. Her personal skill is actually really fun, and she can make a good bondage shield user. That's what my brother did with her in the last Mending mode playthrough did, and it was really effective. Alia was doing it first, but then once Alia got overpowered, that's when Merrin took over, so yeah. Definitely a great unit, and definitely a good showcase for a new class. Because she makes good use of it, obviously, so yeah. Made her very fun to use, and yeah. Very strong unit as well, so yeah, she definitely deserves to go in the A tier because I really like using it. Hortensia! Okay, so I think Hortensia or Allcrest's crew might be my favorite, so I think she does go into the A tier, probably here. Because yeah, of course, as a unit, she's a staff bot. Those are really good, obviously. I didn't really talk about why Pantera is so good. It's because his base stats are so good, and he has amazing magic, so you can just take him out of High Priest, think of a Sage or a Mage Knight, and then he'll go to town. I didn't really talk about why he was so good, but yeah. Of course, his staff utility is also quite nice, but yeah. Hortensia though is definitely the staff girl. Her class is well suited for it, and World Trade, the skill for it, makes that she can save uses, which is cool. But her character is definitely what made her become an A tier for me now. I don't have all the confidence lore to put her an S. It's very, I feel like I would be making a lot of enemies if I do that, but her supports are definitely her shining point. She definitely has some very, very good ones. Which I'll talk about later. And then of course, as a unit, pretty decent, and I guess also going back to using her too, she actually has some pretty decent character moments too, like when she has to face up against her dad as well, so yeah. The corrupted dad, but yeah. I do wonder if she should decide to go up. But yeah, like I said, it's just that I think the only reason why she's not an S tier is because of first impression. She seems like, well, a brat through and through. So yeah, that's kind of what doxes her, but once you get to know her, and yeah, I want to use it too because my brother wouldn't, so yeah. Again, good unit, and a character really surprised me, so I think she does deserve to be A. The fact that she's above Zolkov is definitely gonna make me an enemy of my brother now, so yeah. Zolkov's his favorite unit, so yeah. But I think she does deserve to be quite high up. Anyway. They're not as good as Ivy though, Ivy's just amazing. Ivy just does so many things right, so yeah, that's why she's gonna belong in the S. Then we got Seedle. Seedle's just a good old dancer. Very good unit because of that. His supports are alright. Yeah, I can't really say much else other than that. He's just a good old dancer, but it's cool that he's a male dancer, so I'm probably gonna put him at the bottom of Beta. And now thinking about it, yeah, I think Clan deserves to be at the bottom of Beta too. I'm gonna put him below Cedar, I think. So yeah, just need to take a tiny break there. Alright, so let's get back into it. So yeah, that's where Cedar goes. Yeah, like I said, he's a very good unit because he dances, and there's so many good things he can do with the dance, because yeah, he can make use of Goddess Dance being used on him, and he can even use Camilla and Sickert for extra movement, which of course is amazing for a dancer. So yeah, but outside that, his character's alright, so yeah, that's why he goes at the bottom of Beta. And then yeah, Clan, yeah, after thinking about it, yeah, I think he deserves to be at the bottom of Beta as well, because again, fun unit to use, just a very basic character. Let's go to another favorite of mine, Rosado. So Rosado is interesting. Like yeah, he's I don't know the right way to say it, but yeah, he's definitely a dude that dresses up as a girl. But yeah, and he talks about being cute a lot, but there's something very endearing about it, and it definitely shows in his Lapis support. Like I said, Rosado and Lapis is probably my favorite support in the game. Like, they talk about so many interesting things, like also where Rosado comes from, the village of the Fair Folk. And yeah, it's a very interesting place to learn about. I can't wish you could go there as well. It's where he grew up, and yeah, everyone there basically treats each other as equals no matter what they are. Or how they, you know, like, yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. It's basically a place that, yeah, people can be who they want to be, so yeah, and it doesn't matter how strange or weird it seems. So yeah, it sounds like a really cool place, and yeah, Rosado definitely seems like a kind of person who grew up in a place like that, so yeah. I love this dude. He's amazing unit as well. He's not that amazing, to be honest. He's like an Est, kind of strange enough. He has kind of low base stats for higher growth rates. And yeah, he does turn out quite good because, you know, he does start in a very good class. He's kind of like Est in Shadow Dragon, I guess, in that regard, where he's a low base stat, high growth rate unit, but he has a good class in this build as well, so yeah. Yeah, I definitely love Rosado a lot, and yeah, one of the many reasons why I love Hortensia's group so much. And here's the next reason, Goldberry. So, Goldberry, I will admit, I'm probably a little bit biased towards this one, because her character's a train wreck, right? She, yeah, she really likes herself. That's for dang sure. But yeah, I guess first I will talk about how she's as a unit. She doesn't seem that good because she has kind of weird growth rates, but there are definitely some fun things you can do with her. Her high defense means she is actually a good Great Knight. My brother did that when I saw her for the first time. When I saw her being used for the first time. Actually, I used her in my first playthrough as well, because I have been using her a lot as well. But it's really fun to just see her tank everything. She's basically like Louis, I guess, but a pre-pro version. And yeah, it was really fun to watch, even if she wasn't the most reliable killing machine. Unless you give a speed tick, which my brother did, which is extremely fun. That definitely made her like her a lot, but then, of course, I used her. She was really fun to use as well. She's made for the hero class. She starts as one, obviously, so yeah. It suits her decently well. And yeah, she can obviously use Duelist Plus. But yeah, I also like using her a little bit more offensively as well. Like, I used her as a Bunet in my last playthrough, which is kind of fun. With of course Lyn. But yeah, I think the main reason why she's so high up is because of her character. Like I said, it's a train wreck, right? But when she has really good moments, they put a big smile on my face. I think that's just why I like Goldberry so much. She puts a big smile on my face. And not just because of a gorgeous design, I guess, but... But yeah, like I said, she just puts a smile on my face, no matter if she's being an actual good person, or she's, you know, being herself, or, you know, stealing potatoes. But, like I said, there's just something really weird and endearing about it, so that's why I think she goes in the S tier. So yeah, and like I said, she makes me smile That's why she's so high up. It's so weird, isn't it? That, you know, a unit that definitely doesn't have a very good character gets so high up just because she makes these swap, but she does. And I'm very happy at S-Support on my last paper because it was a very good S-Support. Her and Ivy probably have my favorites so far, so yeah. Then we've got Linden. So Linden is old, but really cool. He has actually amazing supports, to be honest. Like his Hortensia support really redeems Hortensia in my mind. The Saphir support's pretty interesting too. There's a lot of interesting things about this dude that just randomly shows up, so yeah. He definitely deserves to go into the B tier as a result. As a unit, he's okay, but his personal skill seems kind of fun, so I'm probably gonna put him here actually. I want to use him one day just because, again, that character is really interesting. And yeah, just a really fun old dude. And yeah, his funny side is also actually really fun, to be honest, where he basically treats a lot of things as an experiment. He's a very fun lad, or old man, I guess I should say. So yeah, I definitely like him quite a bit. I want to use him one day. So yeah, Linden definitely deserves to be in the beta because of that. Saphir probably has the most serious, the most grounded character in this game, and that is very appealing. Her backstory is quite dark for this game too, despite, you know, how goofy some of these characters can be. That definitely makes her stand out, so yeah, it's definitely something I'm interested in learning about, and as a unit, she's alright, with a pretty interesting personal skills, so yeah. She definitely deserves to go probably just below Linden, because again, that character is so interesting. It's definitely what you would expect from the series more, I guess, so yeah. So that's why, yeah, she definitely deserves to go into the beta. Because again, even though I don't think she's the most amazing in the world, amazing character though, and definitely one of the more well-written ones, so yeah, I think she definitely deserves to get a spot up, I guess. Even though, yeah, to be honest, this is kind of low overall, but yeah, like I said, I definitely... this is kind of weird to us, because again, because of, you know, my criteria, I guess, but yeah. Again, definitely I do quite like her. But it's just that, yeah, I do like most units in this game if the distribution isn't obvious enough already, so yeah. Yeah, I definitely like Saphir. Maybe I'll use her one day and I get to experience her character more, so yeah. Then we got Veil. So, and yeah, she definitely joins next. These two, actually no, it's Morvia that joins first, so yeah, I'm gonna do Morvia. So Morvia, yeah, he's pretty interesting because of his role in the plot, and as a unit, he's pretty fun too. He's also a very good late game unit, in case you need one, so yeah. Which you kind of do because he went from deploying 12 units to 14, and yeah, these two make a very good slot. Make a very good case for you to use for those last 2 slots you unlock. And yeah, his character's pretty interesting to learn about as well. So yeah, I definitely like him. Where does he go then? I say I like him around Bunet, to be honest. Thinking about it, because yeah, character's pretty good. His role in the plot's decent as well. And yeah, he's a decent foil to Veil as well. So yeah, I definitely say he deserves to be in the B, even though I haven't really used him that much. But yeah, I definitely see him being a very solid unit for the staff utility. So yeah, definitely nice unit to have around. Just making him a Griffin Knight though, even though that's a really good option for him, it makes him look kind of hideous, to be honest. And very easy to laugh at, so yeah. Anyway, Veil. Veil definitely deserves to go in the A tier because of her story prevalence, so yeah. Probably here. Yep. Very fun character to learn about, good supports, good story role. I think the good story probably pushes her here, to be honest. And yeah, she's a fun unit to use. I used the Fog Machine build last time I played, and that was really fun to make use of, so yeah. I definitely quite like Veil because of that, so yeah. Very, very fun unit, this one. And yeah, I'm glad that she was a main character too, and a pretty good one as well, and has a good redemption arc, so yeah. Very, very nice unit. That would normally be the last unit, but we have the DLC, and that was interesting, right? I wouldn't say I like the DLC overall. I guess I could give my quick thoughts. The bracelets are cool, but kind of overpowered, and they kind of break the game balance. And the game balance is already really good to begin with, so yeah. And not helping is that the DLC rewards, you're forced to take them, unlike free houses, where you could take them if you wanted to, but if you wanted a more balanced experience, you didn't have to. And then the units themselves, I guess you could... Actually no, we'll go with the Philistine log quickly as well. The story is actually really decent in the Philistine log. It's kind of well written, probably better written than the main story, but the issue is that the gameplay is the opposite of good. Not fun to play, basically. It's not as brain dead or easy, or it's normal, I think. It's not as brain dead as most people make it out to be, but yeah, it's not like the most fun thing to play. Because yeah, it's just that, yeah, on the higher difficulties too, it just becomes a frustrating mess. On normal it's alright, it doesn't feel too bad, but not the most fun to play, especially when compared to the main story. But the characters, they're alright, to be honest. Let's go over them now. So it's gonna start with Nell over here. I kind of find her very attractive, to be honest. But outside of that though, her supports are actually kind of interesting. And as a unit, she was kind of fun to use, so... Because I did use her in and my brother used her too, in our last playthrough, so yeah. She definitely goes to the A tier. I'm probably gonna put her at the bottom of A tier, I think. Because, while I don't sound like I love this unit, she was fun to use. And her supports, you know what, they're pretty good. And her story role definitely probably is the reason why she's in A tier. So yeah. I can see I'm moving a little bit up, because again, the story in the Philistine log isn't even that bad. So, it's map design that really is, but yeah. And yeah, that's one of the reasons why I think that story's so good. Her role is definitely quite interesting, along with her twin, so yeah. So yeah, that's how I'm feeling at the moment. Like I said, she's pretty interesting. And yeah, I kind of like her relationship with the Divine Dragon as well, so yeah. The S support was pretty good too. I was very curious about it, so I actually looked it up, so yeah. Because of course, her role in the plot is the main reason why I was so curious about it. And yeah, it worked out quite well. And yeah, like I said, I really love her design. She's probably one of the nicest looking characters in this game, let's just say. So yeah. I think she deserves to go in the A because of that. Then we got Nil. Nil... Yeah... Okay, I'm joking. That's Nil, obviously. Who's... incredibly weak, wimpy dude, but that's not his real identity. His real identity is Rafal, and Rafal was actually really cool to see in action, and it's still not too bad either, so yeah. I definitely want to put him in the B tier somewhere, because of that. Probably here. Well actually no, here. My brother made him a Wyvern, and it was really fun to watch. But yeah, using him in his own class also seems like a lot of fun with like Ike or something, because he seems to be revolved around being very tanky. So yeah, he can definitely do that pretty cool, to be honest. So yeah, he definitely seems like a really fun, interesting to use, and his character isn't too bad either. Again, he's kind of a redemption arc kind of character, and he does it alright. So yeah, I say that definitely deserves to put him some in the beta. So yeah, again, I haven't used him myself, so yeah, that's kind of why I think he is only in the beta. But yeah, when my brother did use it though, he's an absolute monster, so yeah, he definitely deserves to be in the beta somewhere. Then I got Celestia, extremely overpowered unit. She's like a better version of Ivy, so yeah, that says a lot. Even though her class skill is actually a hindrance, because she can't use 11 swords because of it, so yeah, that's kind of funny. But she can use tons, that's alright. Her character's kind of odd. She definitely doesn't go down. Her character's kind of odd, because, well, she wants to be super endearing and stuff, and it does lead into some interesting scenarios because of the person she looks like, so yeah. I'd definitely say she goes to the B to somewhere. Her unit performance is definitely helping her out a lot though, so I'm probably gonna put her here. Again, she's overpowered. Especially if you decide to get very early, then yeah, she completely wrecks the game. And yeah, it's another reason why the game balance gets a little bit iffy, because you can use her and completely destroy things, but you don't have to if you want to maintain the game balance, because you're not forced to use her or anything. So yeah, and yeah, like I said, she has a fun character. So yeah, I say she definitely deserves to go in the beta because of that. Then we got my man Greg over here. So Greg is not amazing as a unit because he's kind of just a one-trick pony because all he does is good magic. But his character's not too bad. It's just that he's very similar to Citri, but I don't think he's as good, question mark. His low dex is also kind of annoying too, because it means that he's not very good at stars, and his accuracy can be a little shaky at times. Definitely still in the fill seal a lot, but that's because the fill seal is badly designed, so I'm not going to dock him points for that. So yeah, I say he definitely goes like at the bottom of beta, because I did like him. He's definitely not like bad or anything, but yeah, again, his unit performance is a little bit iffy, so yeah, but I don't hate his characters, so yeah, I say he goes here. I find as Madeline, she's not bad. Her supports aren't too bad, and as a unit, she's not that bad either. But she's again kind of a one-trick pony. She's all about defense, so basically sucks like everything else, including like dex, so accuracy because can't lawful. My brother did make her a thief though, which is odd, but it works. So yeah, I think she will probably join the C club, the very small C club. Because even though I did like her character, it's just that as a unit, she's kind of just unnecessary, I guess. Because you can trade up Louis, and I feel like Louis is just a lot more interesting, because Lances just suit General better than Axes, to be honest. So yeah. Especially because, the Axes just really don't fit her low dex, so yeah, that's another reason why. And her supports aren't bad, but yeah, nothing like too outstanding. So yeah, I guess that's the tier list. Yeah, I can't really say much else. Like, I can definitely see these shuffling around a little bit depending on like how my tastes, like, depending on like how my tastes are feeling. Like, yeah, I don't know if Jade deserves to be considered my worst unit. No one got in the deta though, because yeah, I definitely don't dislike any of these units in fact. I'm definitely okay with basically everyone, so yeah. Again, like, yeah, Jade, I don't know too much about, which is definitely not helping her. And then Louis, yeah, what strange character, let's just say. But very entertaining though to laugh at though, so he became a butt of many jokes. Anna, yeah, I think Anna deserves to be there, because even though she's definitely an interesting spin on the regular Anna, it's just that, yeah, again, it's like, I don't know, she doesn't do it for me, and while she can become a good mage, I just prefer using other mages, to be honest. I already talked about Madeline. Boucheron's just kind of dead, to be honest. I feel like he's one of those units that are going to be kind of hard to remember. For me, even though he's definitely not bad, his character's well grounded, which works for this card game. And then Alfred, yeah, he's only down here because of his 6-3 speed. So yeah. Most units are not the beta because, yeah, I definitely like this cast. But yeah, I wouldn't say that a lot of these units I absolutely adore and love with all my heart, so yeah, that's why a lot of these units belong in the B, although I can definitely see maybe the top 4 here going the A at some point, we'll see. Maybe once I see more of Engage. And then A tier, yeah, I think all those units deserve to be there in my eyes. They do a lot of fun things, they were fun units to use, and had a lot of memorable and great moments to them. And the S tier, yeah. I like that the S tier is a small elite group. And yeah, it is actually kind of interesting that such a Ivy here. I will definitely, I'm not so sure she'll stay in S forever, but I think she definitely deserves it because of how great her unit performance is, and also her character too. Definitely got some good plot presence and all that, and yeah, these top 4 are not changing. They're all characters that I love, So yeah, there's definitely a good reason why they're gonna stay up there. So yeah, that's the tier list. I hope that was good enough for my birthday special. I definitely want to talk about these units in more detail at some point, but I was very busy during production of Shadow Dragon. So yeah, maybe during FE12 I'll be able to actually make those character videos, we'll see. But if this is good enough for me to talk about the characters, then I'm okay with that as well, so yeah. So yeah, that's that. Next video will be the final one for Shadow Dragon, and then after that I want to take a slight break. Between FE12 between Shadow Dragon and FE12 just so I don't get burnout, so yeah. And then yeah, that FE12, I'm gonna be focusing on that, and yeah, who knows, maybe during that I'll be able to make those character videos, so yeah. Look forward to what I have in store next, and yeah, I'll see you guys again for whatever I have in store next.